5 famous men who became homeless. Number 5. Delonte West. Delonte West, a former NBA player who once earned over $16 million during his 9-year career, is now tragically homeless and struggling with his mental health. His struggles began in 2008, when he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, a condition that can cause dramatic mood swings and impulsive behavior. This led to a series of troubling incidents, including being arrested in 2009 for carrying multiple firearms. These incidents, along with other off-court problems, ultimately led to the end of his NBA career in 2012. After leaving the league, West's life spiraled further out of control. In 2016, he was photographed panhandling on the streets of Maryland, sparking speculation that he had become homeless. Despite attempts by his former teammates to help him, West continued to struggle with his mental health and substance abuse issues. Most recently, he has been spotted living on the streets, begging for money and even engaging in concerning behavior. Number 4. Rocky Lockridge. Rocky Lockridge, a former world boxing champion, had a remarkable career in the ring, but after retiring from boxing in 1991, his life outside of it took a tragic turn. He and his wife, Carolyn, separated shortly after his retirement, and Lockridge began to spiral into drug addiction. In 1993, Lockridge moved to Camden, New Jersey, and took a job as a cleaner and painter for a drum and barrel company. However, his drug addiction continued to plague him, and in 1994 he was arrested for burglary and sentenced to 5 years of probation. 3 years later, he was arrested on a similar charge and served 27 months in prison. Upon his release in 1999, Lockridge found himself with nowhere to go and ended up living on the streets of Camden. He relied on the $140 monthly government assistance and food stamps, as well as pocket change from panhandling, to survive. In 2006, Lockridge suffered a stroke, which left him using a cane to walk. His physical and mental health continued to deteriorate, and he became a familiar sight on the streets of Camden, where he was known as Champ by the locals. Sadly, Lockridge's health issues continued to plague him, and he died in 2019 at the age of 60 due to complications from a series of strokes and pneumonia. Number 3. Ray Williams. Ray Williams, a former NBA player, struggled with financial issues after his successful career ended. He filed for bankruptcy in 1994, which led to him losing his home and family. Williams then moved to Florida, where he fell victim to a real estate scam that further exacerbated his financial troubles. Unable to find steady work, Williams found himself living out of his car in Pompano Beach, Florida. He spent his days fishing at the Hillsborough Inlet Park, just trying to maintain himself. In 2010, some of his former NBA teammates stepping in to help him get back on his feet. With their assistance, Williams was able to secure a job in his hometown of Mount Vernon, New York, working for the city's recreation department as a recreation specialist. Williams' luck seemed to be turning around, and in 2011 he even married his longtime friend. However, Williams' health issues continued to plague him, and in 2013 he passed away at the age of 58 after a battle with colon cancer. Number 2. Sly Stone. Sly Stone, from the band Sly and the Family Stone, was once a musical icon. Despite his band's continued success, Stone's personal life was in shambles. He became increasingly erratic and unreliable, often failing to show up for recording sessions or live performances. As his behavior became more unpredictable, Stone's record label and management team began to distance themselves from him, cutting off his access to royalty payments. In the decades that followed, Stone's life spiraled further out of control. He became estranged from his family and friends, and his drug addiction only worsened. By the late 2000s, Stone found himself homeless, living out of a white camper van parked on the streets of Los Angeles. Despite his dire circumstances, Stone remained defiant, insisting that he was happy living in his van and had no desire to return to a fixed home. Number 1. Iran Barkley. Iran Barkley, a former professional boxer, dominated the ring from 1982 to 1999. His incredible talent earned him world championships in 3 weight classes, bringing him fame and fortune. However, Barkley's success in the ring came with financial rewards, and he earned an estimated $5 million during his career. With this wealth, he indulged in a lavish lifestyle, purchasing luxury cars and extravagant real estate. Despite his success, Barkley struggled to manage his wealth and often gave generously to family and friends, leaving little for himself. Unfortunately, after retiring from boxing, his savings quickly ran out, and in 2010, at the age of 50, he found himself homeless, sleeping on the subway and in motel rooms. In 2011, a non-profit organization came forward to help him, providing him with a place to stay and support to get back on his feet.